faith and the crown are the two pillars that hold up this world. One collapses, so does the other.
There's a moment in season 5 of where Cersei Lannister quietly surpasses her father, not in wisdom, not in restraint, not in strategy, but in something far more unpredictable and far more dangerous: the willingness to burn down the world just to keep her crown.
I killed your High Sparrow, all his septons, all his scepters, because it felt good to watch them burn.
And that moment comes in an unlikely place. A humble sept surrounded by candles, worn steps, and barefoot followers. Cersei walks in believing she's speaking to a tool, a man she can manipulate, a man she can use to eliminate her rivals. But the second she confronts the High Sparrow, her path changes forever. This is the turning point where Cersei stops being Tywin's daughter and becomes something else entirely.
We're often stuck with the names our enemies give to us. The notion that we're all equal in the eyes of the Seven doesn't sit well with some, so they belittle me.
This scene, soft-spoken, polite, almost gentle, is the moment Cersei proves she is more dangerous than Tywin ever was. Because Tywin built systems, Cersei breaks them. Tywin understood the boundaries of power. Cersei pretends boundaries don't exist. Tywin respected institutions because he understood how they hold kingdoms together. Cersei tears institutions apart the moment they stop serving her. And in this confrontation, that truth becomes impossible to ignore. Season 5 introduces something Westeros hasn't seen in a long time. A movement, not political, not military, but cultural, religious, moral, populist. The faith militant rise from the dirt like a collective confession. They're barefoot, unarmed at first, humble in the way only people with nothing to lose can be. Tywin would have crushed this immediately, not out of cruelty, but out of calculation. A religious revival with armed zealots? That's a threat you neutralize before it grows teeth. Cersei does the opposite. She sees them not as a threat, but as leverage.
Wars teach people to obey the sword, not the gods.
Perhaps the gods need a sword of their own.
She approaches the High Sparrow with the confidence of someone who believes the world bends to her will. A queen, a lioness, a widow holding on to a dying dynasty. But this isn't Tywin's confidence. Tywin's confidence was built on order and reputation. Cersei's is built on a delusion, the belief that she can control chaos. This is the seeds of everything that follows. When Cersei first walks into the Sept to speak with the High Sparrow, her entire strategy is simple. Identify his ambitions, feed them, weaponize him. It works on everyone else. Littlefinger, Pycelle, Qyburn, Loras, Margaery, even Tyrion at times. But the High Sparrow doesn't want money. He doesn't want titles. He doesn't want a seat at her table. He wants to destroy the table. Cersei has never faced someone she couldn't buy, seduce, threaten, or expose. So when she offers him power, the reinstatement of the faith militant, armed and unleashed, she thinks she's making a brilliant move. She thinks she's doing what Tywin would have done, using the weak to punish her rivals. Except Tywin would have asked one key question first. What do these people believe? Cersei never asks. She doesn't care. She sees them as tools. And this is the crack in her armor, the flaw her father never had. Tywin understood that tools can become threats. Cersei believes tools stay tools until she says otherwise. This miscalculation isn't obvious yet. It will be. But in this first confrontation, you can see the seeds. When Cersei sits down with the High Sparrow, she expects respect, or fear, or gratitude. What she gets instead is something far more unsettling. A man who talks to her the same way he talks to everyone else. No bow, no hesitation, no insecurity. He speaks calmly, plainly, like someone who believes he has nothing to lose, because in his worldview, he doesn't. Tywin ruled through perception. He needed people to believe in House Lannister. He needed the system to function. The High Sparrow doesn't care about perception. He doesn't need the system. He doesn't care about gold, banners, history, or alliances. He has his own kind of power, moral absolutism. And Cersei, who has always lived in a world where everything is negotiable, cannot grasp this. She thinks she's speaking to a peasant. She's actually speaking to a revolutionary. This is why this scene matters so deeply, because the High Sparrow introduces a new kind of threat to Cersei, a man who does not fear losing, a man who does not want what she has, a man who sees through her illusions and deceptions. Tywin always identified threats early. Cersei, blinded by her rivalry with Margaery and her hatred of the Tyrells, cannot see the danger in front of her. She mistakes fanaticism for simplicity. She mistakes conviction for weakness.
Hypocrisy is a boil. Lancing a boil is never pleasant.
Tywin would have recognized the look in the High Sparrow's eyes instantly. Cersei sees only an ally she can manipulate. This misreading is what makes her more dangerous. Not smarter, but more catastrophic. Tywin avoided wars he didn't need. Cersei creates wars she doesn't understand. There's a specific moment, quiet, small, where the High Sparrow exposes Cersei without her realizing it. He says, "Anointing a king is one thing. Anointing a sinner is quite another." He says it almost gently, almost like a priest offering comfort, but he's actually testing her, revealing his own boundaries, and revealing her blind spot. Cersei hears only what she wants to hear. Ah, he hates sin. I can use that to go after the Tyrells. She doesn't consider, what if he sees her family as sinners? What if he sees her son as illegitimate? What if he sees her as a corrupter of the realm? Because Cersei lives in a world where truth is flexible, where alliances are transactional, where nobody cares about morality, only outcomes. She cannot imagine someone who actually believes his own doctrine, someone whose loyalty is to an idea, not a house. Tywin would have noticed this immediately. Cersei misses it completely, and that's why she's more dangerous. Because she does not understand the things she provokes. She doesn't negotiate with fire. She pours wine on it because she likes the way the flames dance. When Cersei authorizes the resurrection of the faith militant, she's not just making a mistake, she's making a historical mistake. The faith militant once nearly toppled the Targaryen dynasty. They are not an institution you restore lightly. Tywin knew this. Every master knew this. Every highborn lord knew this. But Cersei isn't thinking about history. She's thinking about Margaery Tyrell. Cersei's obsession with Margaery blinds her to everything else. The kingdom, the people, the long-term consequences. This is how she differs from Tywin. Tywin's enemies were strategic threats. Cersei's enemies are emotional threats. Margaery's popularity threatens Cersei's sense of security. Her beauty threatens Cersei's identity. Her influence over Tommen threatens Cersei's control. So Cersei gives the High Sparrow weaponry, authority, and moral license, believing she can point him in one direction only. She believes the faith militant will strike the Tyrells and then go back to holding candles. But extremists don't stop once they taste legitimacy. They expand, they spread, they purify, and eventually they turn toward the throne. Cersei herself is the next logical target of the faith she empowered, but she cannot see beyond her immediate desire. She cannot think long-term. She cannot imagine consequences for her own actions. Tywin planned 3 moves ahead. Cersei reacts emotionally on the same square. This is why she's more dangerous, because her decisions destabilize the entire board. At first, Cersei believes she's winning. Loras Tyrell is arrested. The Tyrell reputation is tarnished. Margaery is humiliated in front of the court. Tommen is confused and overwhelmed. The faith militant act like her private army. But notice something crucial. Every action they take is justified by the same logic Cersei enabled. No one is above judgment. This includes her. It includes Tommen. It includes Jaime. It includes incest. It includes every secret Cersei has ever buried. Cersei has weaponized a belief system that sees her as sinful. Tywin would never have made that mistake. Tywin recognized that instability cuts both ways. But Cersei believes in her own myth, that she is untouchable, too cunning to be caught, too feared to be challenged. The High Sparrow is not afraid of her. He never was. He sees her as the exact kind of ruler his movement was built to destroy. And so, the moment she gives him power, the clock toward her downfall starts ticking. The moment arrives silently. She goes to the Sept, expecting to congratulate the High Sparrow on humbling the Tyrells. She expects gratitude. She expects loyalty. She expects reassurance. Instead, he says, "A sinner comes before you today." And then he says something she never expected. Someone who has committed the acts of depravity you claim to denounce.
A young man came to us not long ago, broken in body and spirit. So much weighing him down.
And just like that, the illusion shatters. Cersei understands instantly. The trap she built for someone else has snapped shut around her. And the brilliance of this moment is its quiet horror. No shouting, no violence, no dramatic music. Just a woman realizing that everything she gave the faith militant, authority, weapons, legitimacy, purpose, is about to be used against her. This is what makes her more dangerous than Tywin. Tywin avoids traps. Cersei escapes them, and she escapes them by blowing up the entire room. Tywin's method preserves the realm. Cersei's method destroys it. Everything that happens after Season 5, Cersei's imprisonment, her shame, her loss of control, is rooted in this scene. And everything she becomes after her release, the monster in black, the queen in the ashes, begins here. Cersei does not learn the lesson Tywin would have learned. Never empower a force you don't control. Instead, she learns a different lesson. I will never be powerless again. So when she destroys the Sept of Baelor, killing the Faith, the Tyrells, Kevin Lannister, Lancel, and hundreds more, it isn't just revenge. It's the purest expression of her worldview. If something threatens me, I don't fight it, I erase it. Tywin would never have destroyed the Sept. He would never slaughter nobles en masse. He would never kill the Faith leadership in a single stroke. Not because he was moral, but because he understood consequences. Cersei does not care about consequences. She only cares about survival, legacy, and keeping her crown. This makes her far more unstable than Tywin, and far more dangerous. Tywin was the last great stabilizing force in Westeros. His every move was about preserving order, not destroying it. Cersei inherits none of his discipline and all of his ambition. This scene reveals 5 truths. She empowers the Faith militant because she hates Margaery, not because it benefits the realm. She profoundly misjudges the High Sparrow's nature and motives. She mistakes alliance for loyalty and loyalty for obedience. She dismantles the political and religious institutions her father balanced. Tywin stops when victory is secured. Cersei stops when her enemies are ashes. This is why this confrontation proves Cersei is more dangerous than Tywin. Tywin used power responsibly, not ethically, but responsibly. Cersei uses power explosively. Tywin feared chaos. Cersei thrives in it. Tywin plays chess. Cersei flips the board. Tywin understood fear. Cersei understands rage. Tywin wanted to preserve the realm for his family. Cersei would burn the realm to keep her children safe. And when her children die, she burns it anyway. The irony of Cersei's entire arc is that she believes she is Tywin's true heir. She believes she has his mind, his instincts, his capacity for leadership. But she lacks the one thing that made him effective. Tywin understood the world. Cersei only understands herself. When she confronts the High Sparrow, she thinks she's playing Tywin's game. She's actually creating the conditions for her own destruction. Yet from the ashes of that destruction rises a new Cersei, a queen forged in humiliation, sharpened by vengeance, hardened by grief. This scene is the hinge point, where she goes from dangerous political figure to existential threat to the entire kingdom. Because Tywin fought to rule a realm, Cersei fights to rule a kingdom of ashes, and in that sense, she is the most dangerous Lannister of them all.